Welcome to an all-new episode of NBA 2K25.
It's time to vote for your top play of the year.
Since the launch of NBA 2K25, you have voted for your favorite plays.
And it comes down to these two. So here's Scott Moak with the call. Listen up.
It's time. 32 votes now bring us to 2 finalists for Top Play of the Year. We will crown a champion and award 1 million VC, along with some amazing prizes. Bring on the final vote. The winner of seasons 1 through 3 was Tracy McGrady in the theater, launching for a 360 slam with their launch day build. An amazing play from the early days of NBA 2K25. And the winner from seasons 4 through 6 was Greatness 1221 in the theater. After downing a defender, rises up and rotates. You can't stop the ball if it's spinning all around. 1 million VC is on the line. It's voting time. Is it a new favorite or maybe a play you've boosted through every vote? All year long, your submissions have been outstanding. We look forward to announcing the winner during the 2K TV Awards. Congrats, and thank you to everyone who participated. It's been a pleasure to announce. We'll see you next time.
If you're enjoying the NBA playoffs and want to recreate the action yourself, NBA 2K is the place to be.
That's right. Located within My League and My NBA eras, the playoffs allows you to fully customize a 16-team NBA bracket. You can play in the current postseason bracket or mix things up and add any team to join the fun. Whether it's a current roster, all-time, or classic, this playoff bracket is entirely up to you.
You can control multiple teams and change the settings however you like. A one-game NBA Finals to determine the winner? Done.
Check out this mode next time in NBA 2K25 and see how your playoff bracket shakes out.
We have a very special guest on 2K TV today. We have community member Yena Gaming. Welcome back. We're so excited to have you on again.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's talk about builds. What's your advice on players making a playmaking guard?
If you want to be a good playmaker, I think one thing to do is have your pass accuracy and your ball handling up. So what I have is a 6'3" point guard with 6'7" wingspan, 94 ball handle, an 82 pass act, and I have the ability to go get driving dunks with an 87 driving dunk and shoot from deep, 94 3-point shot, and then as a takeover, I'm able to get satellite. And then you get to play around with cap breakers. So if you're a sweat and you got 14, 15 cap breakers at this point, you can add some to your defense. My steal is at 91, and you can add even your pass accuracy. That way you can get those passes in a little quicker to your teammates, up the dimer a little bit. Or you just want to flush over everybody, you can raise you a little bit if you're driving dunk. So I think that's the best way to go when it comes to point guard.
Okay, what about a slashing forward?
Now, slashing forward, it's a little rough around the edges because everybody wants to go and dunk the ball no matter how tall or big they are. I can use what I have, and that is a 6'9" power forward. That's a 7'5" wingspan, and it has a 90 rebound and a 90 steal. And what I can do is I have a 93 driving dunk, so that raises my posterizer all the way up to where if I get a step on a defender towards a basket, I can just go into a meter dunk and get a contact almost every time. So they would have to put their big around me, and at that point, I could just fake like I'm going to the basket and just walk back and shoot three. So if you want to really get busy and be very versatile, go a little taller on those driving builds, maybe 6'8", 6'9".
And then last one, two-way center.
So I just made a build for center. It is a 7'4" wingspan, so a little short on the wingspan, but I'm gonna push it on game on why it's so short. Two-way inside out play.
and preparing for battle. Each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent.
Now we're playing a game where everybody wants to be well-rounded. I think this is one of the most well-rounded center builds. You're able to have a close shot at a 92, and you can get a standing dunk at a 90. So what this does, it gets your rebound up to a 94, offensive rebound to 76 with 90 with those.
And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. And slam dunk by Tatum.
I love that Jason Tatum not settling for a jumper. He goes to the rim with authority.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the clock. Williams with a clean look. Drills it from outside.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside, White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown's shot is good.
Now, Jaylen Brown gets his feet set in the catch and shoot and just drills it.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Over in the corner, White. He takes it in. Misses in close.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder, another 3.
No, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Pass to Porzingis. Caruso grabs the miss.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Porzingis with the block.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And we talk about Derek White. Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And I love Holiday's shot selection. Fantastic at realizing when he should shoot off the catch.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
D.A., the versatility. That is pretty special.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso. The kick out to Williams. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Celtics leading by 9. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player of the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
44 seconds left in the first. Holmgren the screen. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Buries the long-range jumper. Williams has got 8 points.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Outside, Porzingis. Out to White. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
How about the answer from Jason Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
And it falls over the rim and in. 5 points in the game.
He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
Drills the three-pointer.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
Now here's Wallace. Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Wallace. Outside, Dort. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
It's stolen by Brown. And stolen by Wallace. And now it's Wallace running. He can go all the way. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Outside Tatum. From about 16. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Wallace. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
Tatum with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Holiday, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense, but Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Celtics leading by 12. From outside, off the mark. Right side, Williams. Outside, Dort. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. And Holiday has it in the corner. Here's White. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
A wide open look here for Caruso. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Caruso's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Holiday. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Buries it from three-point range. Holiday's got 9.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
It's good.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from 3. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Williams. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Celtics leading by 13. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
The defense made the mistake of allowing Kristaps Porzingis to find his rhythm. Going to be a long night if you don't pull him off.
Pass to Holmgren. The Thunder with another miss. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here comes Tatum. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half.
Well, off the dribble, Jason Tatum continues to perfect multiple options in his arsenal.
Here's Caruso. Here's Wallace. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Boston Celtics. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target with his 3. Now White. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Now here's Wiggins. Caruso, no good.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Outside, Porzingis. No good on the 3. Thunder trailing by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Latrey. Porzingis with the rebound. Here's Tatum. And there's the drive. Rebounded by Joe. And so here is Oklahoma City. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Wiggins. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. Celtics leading by 17. Tatum on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Tatum's got 11 points.
Well, you see the effectiveness of Jason Tatum in close. Don't sleep on both his strength and his length.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers.
Here's Holiday. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Pass to Holiday. Misses the three. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 19. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Pass to Horford. Back to Holiday. It's White on the wing. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Bucket is good. Pritchard's got his first points in this one.
Well, this is an example of the court awareness we talked about with Al Horford. This guy's a very willing passer.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play. You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
Wallace, good.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And the dunk by Horford.
Now, how about the strength of Horford? It allows him to finish the play, and he'll get one more.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
Celtics leading by 19 points. Pass to Craig. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Craig's got his first 3 points of the game.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And a new group in here for the Thunder. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. We've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to talk to his guys.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Horford high post. That will count. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Boston cruising into the quarter break with a 22.
The Thunder, 35.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Pass to Holiday. And here's White. Back to Holiday. Cranes the three-pointer. Holiday's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Boston.
And he's got it all working for him tonight. Holiday's effort level and energy are off the charts.
Defensive
some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Outside Tatum. Over in the corner, White. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Shot clock at 6. And it's Brown missing. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Holmgren in the high post. It's stolen by White. Outside, Porzingis. They grab their own miss. Lets the three fly. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Well, in the modern NBA, a big that can shoot with range so important. Kristaps Porzingis from 3.
Outside Tatum. Offensive rebound Celtics. Outside White. A three-pointer off the mark.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And the Thunder can't hang on to the ball.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here's Tatum for 3. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9. Here's Holmgren. Here's Dort. Porzingis with the rebound.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Holiday with the 3. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots. Sinks the three-pointer. Dort got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can see the work Lou Dort has put in to make himself a threat from 3. That's a pretty-looking shot right there.
Porzingis high post. White wide open. He fired. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Over in the corner, White. Off target from three-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Count it.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Outside Holiday. Here's Tatum. Over in the corner, White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone. Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Pass to Holiday. Three-pointer. The Thunder pull it in.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Drew Holiday.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
54 seconds left in the game. Pass to Caruso. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Connects from three-point range.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Now here is Holiday. After the miss from Chet Holmgren. Can't hit from in close. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Caruso. And the Thunder another 3.
3 points.
Boy, that is a heads-up play right there by Lou Dort. He sees an opening and gets the ball exactly where it needs to go.
Back to Tatum. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
Yeah, you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris.
Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. Tatum. Outside Holiday. Drops in the 3. Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
BA, there was once a point in history where we were talking about, is the 5-man phased out of the game? And all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally going to be a special matchup tonight.
So it's Boston now. After the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago. Outside Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Outside White. Shot clock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, we know Trent Jr. can flat shoot the basketball, but he has to balance that with his passing. Nice delivery there.
And the basket by Holiday.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And it's Lillard with the ball for Milwaukee. You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring, but Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Brian, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game. But how about the answer from Jason Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Porzingis with the block. Pass to White. Three-pointer. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And here is Antetokounmpo. Defended by Porzingis. With a step back. Shot's good by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo has got 6.
Yeah, the mid-range is not a go-to for Giannis, but he's always looking to expand his game.
White, good.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Kuzma. Tatum pulls it in. Boston leading by 6. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, BA.
Okay, thanks, Allie. They kick it out to Porzingis. Three-pointer, no good. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
The long strides of Giannis help him get down the court fast. A lethal player in transition.
And that one's good. Porzingis. Bucks trail by 6. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Give him 8. The 3 from Prince. Nails it from beyond the arc.
It's a real skill to be able to move without the basketball. Taurean Prince just looking for windows to score, and he does.
Here's Tatum. Antetokounmpo with the block. Goes back up. The kick to Tatum. Pass to Brown. Back to Holiday. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Now off the inbound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. Outside Tatum. White on the wing. Here's Porzingis. Again, the miss by Boston.
all by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Porzingis has got 5.
Boy, don't let Porzingis get cooking from three-point territory. He is a sweet shooting big man.
Lillard looking around. Wing shot on the way. Antetokounmpo for 3. Rebound Boston. Porzingis for 3. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
What a huge shot to beat the...
26.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Antetokounmpo up top. The kick out to Kuzma. Back to Antetokounmpo. He gets it in there. He's got 10.
Yeah, Kyle Kuzma, we think of him as a scorer, but that was a tough target to miss. Wide open.
Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Oh, wow. Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish. And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Porzingis for 3. Rebounded by Kuzma. Bucks trail by 13. Ooh, poked away. White with the steal. Pass to Porzingis. Holiday from long range. Giannis with the rebound. And here are the Bucks now. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. The kick out to Kuzma. Outside Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. And Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis 7-3 says not here and not now.
Boston leading by 13. Outside Holiday. White for 3. Can't get it to fall. Now 3 for 5 in this one. Kuzma outside. And another miss by Milwaukee. So it's Boston now. This is the most they've led. 13 points. Takes a 3. The shot by Holiday, no good. Let's watch Dave here. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Prince. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the jam.
Got to appreciate the decisiveness of Giannis. Rolling with purpose after setting the screen.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Porzingis for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Porzingis has got 11. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
And finished off by Tatum.
Well, off the dribble, Jason Tatum continues to perfect multiple options in his arsenal.
Lillard outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Shots good by Antetokounmpo.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to review the game plan. Group getting ready for the Bucks. The Bucks trail by 21. Porter looks it over. Pass to Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Well, major a height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass. So important. Wow, how about the long arms and the timing of Jason Tatum on the alley-oop? Nice.
Pass to Rollins. Jackson on the wing. Over to the wing. He got it up. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Boston. A huge 24-point lead for them. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be back in a moment. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
And it's Green missing.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. And it's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Just 4 to shoot. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Here's Porzingis. Outside White. Pass to Holiday. And here's Tatum. Three-pointer. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Inside. Jackson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rollins, no good. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. That shot wide open. White's got 14 points for the game.
A sneaky good scorer. I don't know that you define Derek White as a scorer. He's sort of jack of all trades, but boy, he's cooking right now.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Milwaukee shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
The open shot, White. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
From behind the arc, gets the 3 ball to go. He's got 17.
You have to have a quick release in the catch and shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home.
Outside Porter, and he drives in.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Tatum. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Holiday from long range. And again, Boston with the triple.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Here's Milwaukee. The drive by Antetokounmpo. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Rollins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Right side, White. There's Tatum with the 3. Pure from 3-point range. Tatum's got 17.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Here's Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Oh, and there's the talent. Porter Jr., a highly skilled young player.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put 2 guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks. Outside, Green. And stolen by Brown. Porzingis for 3. The offensive rebound. And he commits the intentional foul.
Green. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Bucks on D.
Substitution for your Bucks.
Pass to Brown. Lets the 3 fly. Hits the trifecta. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Well, do not let Jason Tatum get space in transition. He will make you pay.
Out to the right wing. Jackson outside. Lillard outside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
Yeah, inside Lillard is just so scrappy, turning aggressive defense into a foul while shooting.
Both shots good from the stripe. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Brown. Now here's White. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. White's got 20.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston, providing the scoring punch right now, putting up a cool 22.
72.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Boston on offense. And here's Holiday. Porzingis high post. White for 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Trent. The rebound, Celtics.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And the Bucks with the possession here. Lillard can't get it to go. Outside Porzingis. Here's Brown. Outside Holiday. This one for three. Hits a three-pointer.
Always reading the angles. Holiday's able to find his shot.
Pass to Trent. The three from Prince. And no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Holiday powers it home.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me. And stolen by Holiday. To the paint. Ooh, Tatum slams it home.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Outside White. Off target from outside. And here's Milwaukee now. Here's Prince. Lillard outside. Good as the jump shot falls.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
Pass to Porzingis. Outside White. From outside, off the mark. Antetokounmpo outside. Jackson with it. Hounded by Tatum. 6 to shoot. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the bucket is good. Antetokounmpo has got 21.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Pass to White. Here's the three. White missing again. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Lillard outside. Jackson with it. Shoots over White. Jackson can't get it to go.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
It's stolen by Holiday. Outside, Brown. The three. The shot by Holiday, no good. And the Bucks with possession. Trent from long range. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Trent's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Boston, no good that time either. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Celtics.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jason Tatum.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
And the layup is good off the glass.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Right side Porzingis to snap the cold streak. And White hits from deep.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Well, they needed this run way earlier. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Now here's White. Now Holiday.